Not too long ago, I was stuck in a rut, waking up each day with a complete lack of motivation and productivity. That lack of motivation started to seep into other areas of my life. The thought of going to the gym made me cringe, and I'd skip it. One day turned into two, and two turned into a whole week. I found myself eating more junk food, binge-watching TV, and playing video games for hours on end. I wasn't doing the things I knew I should be doing, and worse, I didn't even want to do them anymore. It was as if I'd forgotten why I was being productive in the first place. But you know what? I managed to turn it around, and I want to tell you how. Stick around, because today's discussion on productivity and motivation isn't just theoretical. It's born out of real-life experience. Productivity and motivation. It's important to understand that these causes aren't always external. They can often be traced back to personal and emotional factors. External factors, such as a stressful work environment, personal issues, or a sudden change in circumstances, can significantly impact one's productivity. I've seen how these external pressures can make it incredibly challenging to stay motivated and focused on tasks. Another key contributor to decreased productivity is the lack of clear, achievable goals. When we don't have a clear sense of what we're working towards, it's easy to feel lost and demotivated. I've personally experienced the frustration that comes with not knowing where you're headed. Burnout is another significant factor. Overworking and neglecting self-care can lead to exhaustion and a severe drop in motivation. I've learned the hard way that pushing myself too hard without breaks can be counterproductive. Negative thoughts and self-doubt can be incredibly damaging to productivity. I've been through phases where I struggled with a negative mindset, and it's amazing how it can cripple your ability to get things done. I have since adopted strategies to overcome these mental barriers. Distractions are also significant productivity killers, especially in our hyper-connected world. I've found that managing distractions and staying focused on the task at hand can be a constant challenge. When you're in a productivity slump, it often leads to a decline in physical health. Skipping the gym or physical activities and indulging in unhealthy eating habits can result in weight gain, decreased energy, and overall poor physical well-being. Neglecting exercise and proper nutrition can have long-term health consequences. A lack of motivation and productivity can take a severe toll on your mental health. You might experience feelings of frustration, self-doubt, and even depression. When you can't seem to get things done, it can lead to a sense of hopelessness and despair, which further exacerbates your mental health issues. Your personal relationships can be heavily affected by your productivity levels. When you're unmotivated, you may become more isolated, withdraw from social activities, and even neglect spending time with loved ones. This can strain relationships with friends and family, leading to misunderstandings and distance. A decrease in productivity at work or in your education can result in missed opportunities, underperformance, and a general sense of dissatisfaction. You might struggle to meet deadlines, miss out on promotions, or even risk jeopardizing your job or academic progress. Your financial well-being can also suffer when you're in a rut. If you're unable to perform at work or maintain a consistent source of income, it can lead to financial stress and instability. This, in turn, can worsen your overall well-being and add to your feelings of unproductivity. When you're not being productive, it's easy to fall into a cycle of stagnation. You're missing out on opportunities for personal growth, learning, and self-improvement. Over time, this can lead to a sense of unfulfillment and a lack of progress in your life. Recognizing the negative impact of decreased motivation and productivity on these areas of your life is a crucial step in the journey to overcoming a RUT. Understanding the consequences can motivate you to take action and implement the strategies we discussed earlier to regain your motivation and productivity. It's never too late to turn things around and work towards a more balanced and fulfilling life. Strategies to regain productivity. The do something principle. The first strategy is the do something principle. It's like a spark for action when you're lacking motivation. Most people think you need motivation to take action, but here's the twist. Motivation isn't a prerequisite for action. In fact, it can be an endless loop. You can start with action, and let that action become the inspiration and motivation you need. Think about it. You don't need a grand epiphany to take a shower, right? It's something you just do, and these small monotonous actions can be your momentum to take further action. If you're waiting for inspiration to strike, just start with something simple. Do something. That's how you get the ball rolling. If you're feeling stuck, go brush your teeth. It's a constructive action that can give you momentum. Negotiation with oneself is a fundamental aspect of personal growth and self-improvement. It involves finding a harmonious balance between your short-term desires and long-term goals, your emotional and logical selves, and your primal and rational instincts. This inner dialogue is a key component of making better choices, taking action, and ultimately achieving your objectives. The negotiation begins by understanding that you have two sides: the primal, emotional side, and the logical, rational side. The primal side often seeks immediate gratification, comfort, and pleasure, while the logical side focuses on long-term benefits, goals, and responsibilities. At various points in life, these two sides may come into conflict. For instance, your logical side might be determined to work on an important project, but your primal side craves relaxation and distraction. Recognizing this inner conflict is the first step in negotiation. The negotiation process involves your rational side, providing compassionate guidance to your primal side. Instead of being overly strict or critical, it offers understanding and support. For example, if you're feeling too lazy to start a task, your logical side might say, "I know you're tired, but let's just start with a small step, and then we can take a break." Negotiation often involves gradual compromise. It's not about forcing yourself to do something against your will. It's about finding a middle ground. For instance, if you need to write a 4,000-word essay but lack motivation, you can negotiate to write just one paragraph. Once you start, you might find the motivation to continue. It's crucial to acknowledge your emotional needs and desires. Suppressing them completely can lead to rebellion or burnout. If you're feeling tired or overwhelmed, it's okay to take a short break or indulge in a brief, enjoyable activity. Just ensure that it doesn't derail you from your long-term goals. Negotiation also revolves around the conflict between short-term and long-term thinking. Your rational side considers the long-term benefits of your actions, while your primal side seeks immediate rewards. It's a matter of finding ways to align your short-term actions with your long-term goals. Progressive overload. It's a strategy similar to lifting weights and getting stronger. Instead of going from 0 to 100, you should gradually grow into a more productive lifestyle. You don't need to yo-yo between massive action and self-destruction. Develop a game plan over several days to get out of your rut gradually. On the first day, just do a little something constructive. That's a win. And the next day, do a bit more. Keep doing this, and both sides of your brain will come into agreement, allowing you to rise like a phoenix from the ashes. The synergy between both sides of your brain is crucial for maintaining long-term success and achieving the life you want. Managing expectations, being patient with yourself, and letting your higher faculties communicate with your more primal and emotional sides are keys to success. One of the biggest traps we fall into is comparing ourselves to others. Avoiding comparisons with others is a crucial aspect of maintaining a healthy self-esteem and achieving personal growth. When you constantly measure your worth against someone else's achievements, you risk undermining your self-confidence and falling into a cycle of self-doubt and unhappiness. Here are some key points to consider when it comes to avoiding these detrimental comparisons. Understand that every person is on a unique life journey with different experiences, opportunities, and challenges. What works for someone else may not be applicable to your circumstances. Embrace the individuality of your path. Success varies from person to person. What one person views as success might not align with your values or goals. Define success based on what's meaningful to you, rather than what society or others dictate. In the age of social media, it's important to remember that people often curate their lives online, showcasing their best moments. Comparing your everyday life to someone's highlight reel can be misleading and damaging. Be mindful of this when using social media. Healthy competition can be motivating and lead to personal growth. However, it should be competition with yourself, aiming to improve and achieve your own goals, rather than trying to outdo others. Compete to be a better version of yourself. If certain individuals or situations trigger unhealthy comparisons, consider limiting your exposure to them. Surround yourself with people who support and inspire you rather than those who make you feel inadequate. Shift your focus from comparing your current situation to others' achievements to measuring your progress over time. Are you moving closer to your goals? Are you improving in areas that matter to you? Concentrate on your own growth and development. Now, I know some of you might cringe at the thought of rewarding yourself for the simplest tasks, thinking you're capable of more. But, especially in vulnerable situations, rewarding small wins is a psychological necessity. You have two sides of your brain. One is primal, responsible for motivation and emotion, and the other is more logical and abstract, found in the prefrontal cortex. To convince your primal brain to take action, you need to be a bit more gentle and not overly strict. Negotiate with yourself. If you're too lazy to do much other than sit around all day and you manage to convince yourself to do something constructive, reward yourself afterward. You're creating a balance between both sides of your brain, making it easier to stay motivated. Gratitude can be a powerful tool to counteract the negativity of comparison. Regularly reflect on the things you're thankful for in your life. It can help you appreciate what you have and reduce the urge to compare yourself to others. Recognize that this process takes time. There might be setbacks, and that's okay. Don't beat yourself up over them. Each day is a new opportunity to do better. Practice self-compassion and be patient with yourself. You have the power to change your path, rise from your rut, and become the person you want to be. It may not happen overnight, but with consistency and these strategies, you can make steady progress towards your goals. Thanks for joining me on this journey of self-improvement. Please like, subscribe, and share it with fellow lifelong learners. Let's remember that we all face challenges, but it's how we tackle them that defines our success. You've got this.